Dear Diary, when I tell you this weekend changed my life, I mean it hit me over the head with a big fat glass face of realization that sometimes doing your best is simply not good enough. I woke up on Friday with awful stomach pains, and at first I thought it was period cramps, but as the day progressed, the pain moved higher up to the top of my stomach. It had gotten so bad that after spending the entire Friday and most of Saturday in a fetal position, I ended up going to the ER. They ran some tests and concluded that it was a severe case of gastritis.
Family hatch.
Oh, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, but you always said that all you want is my happiness. You're making a mistake.
Yeah. I put a tablet in the water and it dissolves.
Oh.
This means that if I thought I already had a clean diet, it's about to get a whole lot cleaner. This is kind of where the realization hit me that although I was a clean diet person, sometimes your best is simply not good enough. But enough drama. On Sunday, we still had a birthday brunch for my mom's birthday that past Monday. So we got to go to Il Fornaio, an Italian restaurant in Coronado, and it's her favorite, so it was extra special. Good morning. It's Thursday the 26th, and it's been almost a week since the pain started. It's been officially, I think, today is the beginning of the second day without any pain, and last night was the first night that I woke up with some pain and was able to go back to sleep with just like drinking a little bit of water, and then that was it. So I'm very relieved. It's very different than where I was during the weekend. Essentially, I still don't know what it is. I have an appointment tomorrow with a gastroenterologist, I think it was what it's called. But anyways, I have an appointment to go to where we'll kind of discuss what it is. I have a feeling it's an ulcer because I was reading that gastritis tends to flare up when you eat something that makes it flare up, but ulcers flare up when you are in an empty stomach. Like the fact that there's nothing there to regulate the juices, that's kind of what makes the ulcer sting. And that's my case. That's what happens to me. But I don't know. I'm going to talk about it with the doctor tomorrow and also talk about what I can and can't eat because that's been tricky this week. I couldn't eat anything in the beginning, and so obviously that was because I was hurting. But now it's like, can I drink coffee? Like the main thing is like, it's coffee now banned for me. I already don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't really do greasy fatty stuff, but like, what can't I eat, you know? Because obviously, like, if they say everything in moderation, girlfriend, everything was in moderation. I already consider myself to have a healthy diet. So the fact that I can still like develop whatever it is I have, having a healthy diet is really overwhelming, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna have to like make a big shift in my lifestyle, and that's gonna be a bit tricky. I mean, not a huge shift, but right now in my head is like where I was this weekend. I never want to be there again. That was so painful. So yeah, anyways, we'll see how it goes. So far, I'm feeling okay. I haven't had coffee at all this week. I've been drinking decaffeinated black tea with vanilla oat milk. And it's yummy. I won't lie. I like it. But obviously, I want that coffee bad. Something that's been kind of interesting though is like my body's reaction to whatever's going on in my stomach is like I am very bloated. Like my stomach is huge and it's hard. I am retaining so much water. It's kind of crazy. Like my face is puffy, like I feel really big around like my cheeks and under my neck. All of this is like really odd. I don't know. It feels different for me. I feel inflamed, like my body is inflamed. So luckily I already like wearing loose stuff. So on the daily I will wear like a really baggy t-shirt. But lately, like that's been where I gotta be. Because when I tell you my stomach was bloated, like pregnancy level, and on the top also, like not even on the bottom. You know when you're on your period, like the bottom of your stomach will be bloated and hard. That's not the case. For me, the bottom was normal, but the top was really round and hard. So it was interesting because it was like really round and hard, and then it would go. So yeah, it's been a trip. It's obviously very uncomfortable. Like this morning I was still bloated, but last night was barely the first night that I was able to lie in bed and like roll on the bed and not feel massive. So we're getting somewhere. I think we're making progress. Moving around and doing activity has been really helpful. Like I'm still going on my walks every day and, you know, moving around the house, cooking, like hardly sitting throughout the day. I mean, kind of. The energy's obviously like been affected. I'm not back to exercising. I don't think I will the rest of the week. Maybe not until next week. But it's so crazy. Like it's a trip to think that from one day to the next. I mean, in reality, you know, like I think obviously my body was going through something for a minute and then it just like flipped the switch and was like but for me, I felt fine one day and the next I'm like downhill bad. So I don't know if I mentioned, like they had to give me Percocet 2 pills of Percocet for the pain to go down because I was in so much, I was bawling. Like when I tell you I was on the floor crying for almost an hour. I got to the hospital and they were checking my vitals and I'm crying. They're asking for my number and for like, they're checking me and I'm crying because the pain was so bad. And it wasn't even like me being like, please help me. Like, no, it was just like, I was just crying and crying and crying. It's like this feeling of like desperation and hopelessness. Like nothing that I'd been doing was making it better. No position was comfortable. Like I would kneel, I would crouch, I would stand, I would walk. Like it was awful. And then I finally got into the hospital bed. They gave me morphine and I felt relief for like 10 minutes. Then after those 10 minutes, it came back so fast. I started rocking again and I called the nurse and I was like, I need help. Like I'm in so much pain again. It's awful. I don't like, I don't wish it on anyone. It will drive you crazy. Like all Friday I had pain, but it was tolerable. Saturday was a little harder, but then it went away. But then Sunday's pain was the pain that I thought I could not do this chronically. Like this level of chronic pain would had me hitting up some drugs. Like I needed drugs. It was so bad. So I mean I did get drugs. I got Percocet and I didn't like the feeling. So now I know that I don't have to worry about that in the future. But it was awful. So yeah, I can't wait to get this fixed because to think that if I don't take care of myself, could trigger that again. It feels like I'm so close to going there again, and it's so nerve-wracking. Like anytime I feel a little bit of pain in my stomach, anything, I'm like, oh no, we ain't go back. So yeah, it's nerve-wracking. I definitely don't want to go there again. So I'm gonna take this very seriously. I'm gonna take care of myself. Especially because I don't know if you know, but ulcer has a bacteria that when that bacteria grows, it can cause cancer. So I actually have an aunt that got cancer because she had 2 developed ulcers in her stomach. So that's scarier because then you have the cancer that will not go away until the bacteria goes away. Oh, so yeah, anyways, knock on wood. Actually, I heard that knock on wood was originated to be something good. You're calling on the ancestors to give it to you. But the point is, no ma'am, we do not want that. So I'm gonna take this very seriously, and I will stay the heck away from developing or progressing anything in my stomach like this. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. India. Yeah. It was a trip, but I think it's for the best. And who knows, maybe this is like the thing that's been inhibiting my progress. Maybe this is like the one thing I needed to fix, and then there's gonna be a huge shift in my health. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic. I'm an optimist who is optimistic. And yeah, we'll see how it goes.